Hey guys, it's Patrick from Red Allen Fitness. Just thought I would do a review on the Bells of Steel Power Bar. Oh, what type of bar is this? This is a power bar. It's 29 millimeters. It has a great loadable sleeve length on here. It is based off of IPF certifications. That's why it has the small little collar on here. Probably the closest thing you can get on a budget to like a IPF certified bar. It's been a great bar. I've had this bar for about 4 years or so. What I would say about it is that its best uses are probably just for squat, bench, and deadlift. Um, it's a great bar for that. Now, one thing I do like about this bar is that it has a good center knurl in it. It's a little bit wider than a lot of other companies. I like this because, again, whenever you're going to set up for a squat, it's just going to make it easier that you can actually feel the bar on your back when you're going to set up, and you can kind of get even a little bit better. Yeah, like as you're going in, you can just kind of bring it in and kind of feel around there, and you'll feel it on your back a little bit more than some other bars, which is pretty nice. The knurling on it is volcano knurl, so that just means like if this is the knurling, it has like a little indent in the top of the knurling so that your hand can kind of groove into it a little bit more. So it feels really good that way. This bar is held up very, very well. It's a bare steel barbell, so that means it doesn't have any type of coating on it or anything. But the only thing with a bare steel bar is that you do have to maintain it. You can use whatever type of barbell brush that you want on bare steel because you don't have to worry about a coating coming off of it. One of the best things you can do is find a barbell brush for the bar. I picked up something like this here. It just kind of folds around the bar so you can like clean it very well. Something like this will just kind of clear any of the chalk or anything that's in there. If you are using chalk on your barbell, make sure that you do clean that after each use. If you have chalk in there, it'll kind of oxidize a little bit faster, aka rust a little bit faster. It's just very sturdy bar. Yeah, I've squatted, benched, everything with it. It's stood the test of time. Doesn't really whip all that much. So the pros of this bar, I would say the pros are that it's a good powerlifting bar. It's good for squat, good for bench, good for deadlift. It's good for all your primary movements. It's very cost effective. It's a very good bar for that. Bare steel is not a big deal to me. It's pretty easy to maintain one. If you had a bigger gym and you had to maintain it pretty frequently, then it might get a little bit tedious, but overall it's very good. So this is another barbell that I have. It's the Saros bar. So you notice they're both pretty similar. The benefit to this one here is that you get more sleeve space on it. But this one here, you're going to have less, but I'll talk about why that's also not a bad thing. Some of the cons, honestly, there's not really too many. The main thing for me why I don't use it as much as this bar here, it's actually to do with the collar itself, because this one here is thicker. So whenever you're doing a walkout, you're not going to get hit the side of this rack. Where whenever I had this one a lot, I would often hit the side of the rack and it would kind of put you off balance. And the heavier you go, the bigger deal of it is. And it is something that you can work on and get better at walking out, but it's just nice to have the convenience of both options, because a lot of racks are pretty wide like this. So I feel like a lot of time you'll hit those. Unless you want to buy a rack that has like a in option, but I don't have that. So I would prefer just using this for a cheaper fix. All right, so I'll just show an example of an unrack. So with this barbell, as you come out and get set up, when you go to unrack, you see that? You can hit the side of the rack pretty easily because it's so close. A lot of people, when they go to unrack, will take a step back. That puts your body at an angle, and that's whenever you start to hit this rack on the way out. Now, when you have a barbell that has a little bit more room on the collar, and you go in for a setup with the unrack, it's just easier to come out without hitting the side of the rack. So one cool thing I would like to see from Bells of Steel would just be if they could kind of do a premium version of this bar. I'd love to see something like that, like a stainless steel. And also, it's kind of a nitpick, but I would love to see them put two options out. One with a longer sleeve length, like this one here, but then also have one with a shorter one just for like whenever you're coming out of racks and you hit the side of it. It'd be really cool to see if they kind of came out with like their premium barbell or whatever in the future, because I think it's about time that they came out with that. Now, they do have a version of the barbell that is Cerakoted. I'm not huge on Cerakote barbells, or just barbells with coatings other than stainless steel. Reason being, whenever you get a coat like that, it fills in this nice knurl here, so it makes it less aggressive in your hand. And I like to have an aggressive knurl on my bars because whenever I'm benching or doing anything else, it doesn't feel like my hands are going to slip out during the movement. Or if you're squatting, it just feels like it's going to stay on your back. Now, for other bars that are pretty similar to this, it would be like your Rogue Ohio Power Bar, Gorilla Ceros Power Bar. Every company, so you'd just be looking for like a power bar by any company, and that'd be kind of the most similar to this one. The reason this one stands out is because of the cost. It's a very good barbell for the price. Bells of Steel often does a lot of sales on them and everything. Now, I think I got this barbell for around $400, taxes and shipping and everything included. I believe they're at $249 now, $249 or $299 on their website, which that's a very good price for a barbell. If you're starting your gym or doing anything like that, this is 100% a very good recommendation, especially for the price. And as you can see, it's held up very well. I'll get some clips of the barbell so you can kind of see what it looks like after 4 years. One other kind of tiny little nitpick is I would love to see a version of this barbell that doesn't have the over-exaggerated lines in it. I really don't find this makes any difference in the barbell itself. And I'd like to see something with like just a little bit of ridges, kind of similar to like this bar right here. There's just these little tiny ridges in it that you can't really see. Where this one here kind of has like these big indented ridges in it, and it's supposed to keep the barbell in place better, but honestly, with my testing between both the barbells, I haven't noticed any difference at all. I'd just love to see a version that doesn't have this and just go away from that direction. And if I had a final ponder on the barbell, it would probably be, it's definitely worth your time. If you're looking into trying to find a new barbell for your gym, you're just kind of starting off, this is a very good one for it. The only thing that is worth mentioning is pay attention to your rack width. Just the reason for that being is often you can hit the side of the rack or anything like that, or whenever you're re-racking, you might actually hit it as well. If that's not too big of a deal for you, if you don't have nice plates, you're worried about chipping the paint or anything, I would just go for it. That's the only con to this barbell. It's just something that not a lot of people mention. But yeah, I would love to see them come out with a version of this barbell with like a little bit thicker of a collar on there. And as always, if you want to see any more reviews from us or anything of the sort, catch us on the next video. And if you have any comments or suggestions, just do so below. All right, guys, thank you.